As you can see, it's pretty early in the morning. This is probably the suckiest part of landscape photography, is getting up really, really early. Alright, we're ready. Let's go get some photos. Well, it's dark early. It's now 5 minutes to 5 in the morning, and I'm heading to my local McDonald's store just to grab some coffee, because I don't operate that well until I've had some coffee. So this is like the toughest part of landscape photography. You can see 5:04 AM and 3.5 degrees. So I'm going into Macca's now to grab coffee. Thank you.
Okay,
Ta, you too. Well, I've arrived on location, and what time is it? Yeah, well, look, it's pretty early. It is 6 AM. Sunrise is at 6:38 AM. So the plan's pretty simple. We're just going to head down to the beach. I'll find a spot and get ready for sunrise. We've got about half an hour, so there's no rush. So we should get some nice light. Unfortunately, the sky is very clear. There's not a lot of clouds, so that sort of means the shots are going to be average, and we're going to have to really focus on the foreground. And what I'm hoping is that there's some rocks here at this beach that get covered in this green moss in the winter, and I'm hoping that I can get a spot near there and get some of those shots. So let's go and check it out. Well, I'm actually quite disappointed. This is Turrametta Beach, where I am, on the northern beaches of Sydney. And of the winter, typically the rocks would be covered with this beautiful green moss. I'll show you a photo that I took a couple of years ago here, and I was hoping to do that again this morning, but there seems to be this horrible weed everywhere that's just ruining the shot. And this is like a mecca for photographers in Sydney, this spot, and as you can see, there's already a few photographers here. But I'm going to have to find a different composition, because this is not going to work, so off we go. Because besides that rock shelf there that's got all that ugly weed, there's not too much else down here, so I'm going to have to really work for my shot this morning, which is okay, I don't mind. We'll see what we can find. I've got about half an hour before the sun comes up. I'm just looking around to see what there is for me to shoot. We'll keep looking, we'll keep hunting and just see if we can find something worthwhile shooting. Let's head over here. So I think I found a composition that'll work. I'm just not sure how I'm going to make it work yet. I'm running out of time because the sun is, going to come up, and if I really want to take advantage of this beautiful light, I'm going to have to hurry up. Yeah, really quite disappointed today that I've come down here. You know what? It's okay going home without a shot as well if I don't find the shot I want, because it's no good just taking a shot for the sake of taking a shot. I came down here for a specific image and I can't get it. So now I'm going to have to work a little bit harder to get something worthwhile or not. Well, it's one of those mornings where I'm really having to work hard to get a shot. But I think what I've found is a bit of a leading line out here with some mossy rocks. The water's not crashing over them in a crazy way, which is what I really want, is that power of the ocean sort of showing in my shot, but it'll do. So I'll go and set up, and then we'll I'll talk you through what I'm doing. Alright, come on over and I'll show you what I've got. Well, I've got to be totally honest with you. I'm really don't think I'm going to get a great shot, but I'll walk you through what I've done just so you can see. I've ended up going at the portrait composition and really pointing the camera down because the sky is totally uninteresting and the sun now has risen over the horizon. And I've thought about a square crop, like a 1-to-1 square crop, and I found this little spot where the water is running through and there's some interesting colour there and the light's hitting it and it looks very interesting, so I think it should work. So I'm just taking like a 25-second exposure right now and I'm going to check that out. It's really hard to see. So I'll just walk you through my composition just so you can sort of see. What I've done is I'm in the portrait mode and I've got it on f14, and the reason I've got f14 is because now the sun's out. I have got the lead big stopper in to slow down the shutter speed, and I'm at 25 seconds at f14 ISO 200. And I'll just show you the filter setup there. So I've got the lead big stopper in there, and I've also got the the soft grade 0.9 just to try and settle down the sky a bit, because otherwise the exposure will be too out of whack. And what I'm really focusing on is, if you have a look down there, you'll see the water running through that little crevice is what I'm really focused on. I'm going to go for a square crop with the sun just in the top of the shot. So I'll take one more, we'll just see how we go, and we'll have a look at this when we get back. I'm not really confident in these shots at all. That sun has just got really, really harsh, so that's the end of the morning photography for me. But hey, that's landscape photography. How can you complain when this is what I'm waking up to, you know, like really pretty beautiful. Got up early, got up at 4:30, headed down to my favourite Northern Beaches landscape photography spot, and looking through my previews, I might have got a shot, but I'm not going to bank on it. And that's, you know, sometimes it can be disappointing when you come out. I think as a landscape photographer, you've just got to be prepared that sometimes you're not going to get the shot. I thought I'd take this opportunity to answer a question that I seem to have been getting a lot lately, and that is, why am I shooting with the Fuji X-T1 and not using my Nikon D800 or Nikon D810? And it's a great question. I'm going to try and give you the short answer because it's quite a long answer. If you don't know, I own an online camera rental store or a lens hire company called Oz Lens Rental. And last year, I had a customer who rented a stack of lenses from me. One day, I was watching the news just before Christmas with my wife, and I saw him getting arrested on television in a pawn shop. And he was getting arrested because apparently what he'd been doing was hiring camera equipment from 11 or 12 different stores across Australia and then taking the gear to the pawn shop and pawning it. So straight away I rang the police, the detectives that were looking after it, and they recovered one of my lenses, which was my 24-70 for the Nikon. But my 14-24 unfortunately had already been pawned and then on-sold. And the only, my Lee filter kit that I've got for the Nikon, the only filter kit I've got will fit the 14-24. It's a bit of a weird lens and it has its own dedicated filter kit. And so if I want to use graduated filters or ND filters, I have to use the 14-24. The other filter kit I've got is this little baby one here, which is the Lee filter kit, which is I think it's called the 7.5, and it fits a 72mm threaded lens, which is what's on the front of my Fuji 10-24. That's why I'm using the Fuji. But that's it. Time to get going. This photo journey is over. If you've enjoyed the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If this is your first video and you want to see more, hit the subscribe button.
trouble.